If true, this changes everything for the New York Jets as another prime target for the team has hit the trade block that would absolutely jumpstart Aaron Glenn's defense and instantly put them on a new level. And we are going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here. And guys, if you're having fun watching the channel, make sure to subscribe if you're part of that 78%, 75% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest. But all that being said, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's jump right into it. There is a massive, massive trade coming for any team that wants to make the move for it, as Trey Hendrickson has been given permission to seek a trade off the Cincinnati Bengals as another premier edge rusher hits the open market. And Matt, this is absolutely insane. If true, if the Jets can pull off this trade, this would truly change everything for them, as they could get Aaron Glenn, an elite player in Trey Hendrickson, who would absolutely jumpstart their defense and solve all the pass rushing issues on day one for the team.
It is not every day that the NFL's defending sack leader is put on the open trade market. Trey Hendrickson leading the NFL in 2024 in sacks with 17 and a half sacks. You might want to say, oh, that's a little bit low for an NFL sack leader in 1 year. You're right, but still, it's exciting. Aaron Glenn, if he's looking for that star defensive end, this is the perfect opportunity for him to go out and go grab that guy. It is reported that the Bengals are looking for a late second or an early third-round pick. You know, we got that Detroit Lions third-round pick. Maybe that gets it done. I know we have two up-and-coming defensive ends in Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald, but Trey Hendrickson, you don't let a good player stop you from getting a great one. So Trey Hendrickson is a great player. There's no guarantee that Will McDonald or Jermaine Johnson will ever be able to put up a season like Trey Hendrickson just had. And Trey Hendrickson can do that again on the New York Jets, because we're going to have a better defense around what he had in Cincinnati. We're going to have quarterbacks who are going to force the quarterbacks to hold the ball for longer, and Trey Hendrickson will have even more opportunities for sacks. That is a very exciting prospect. This has been a crazy offseason. I don't know how we're seeing Myles Garrett hit the trade. I know Myles Garrett's on the trade block. They're saying he's not, but he definitely is. He has said that he's willing to sit out games looking for a new team. So
dude, he wrote a whole speech on it. I think he's going to be on the trade market.
Dude. The Browns ownership is garbage. Like, it's complete garbage. Like, you say what you will about the Jets, and the Jets ownership is real bad at all. It's real bad as well. But that's the Browns ownership is absolute garbage. That's embarrassing. Trey Hendrickson, very exciting guy. He could be, just like you said, could be the acquisition that puts the New York Jets defense over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Sorry, as I reach for my phone charger.
I had to stop while you weren't in the frames. I just had to put you to the test.
You just had to do that to me while I try to charge my phone with my weird charging port that I broke with a paperclip one time. But that's a different story for a different day. That's for Paperclip Digest. But look, with Trey Hendrickson, for instance, he's someone who, as you said, he's the sack leader, 17 and a half sacks last year. I mean, literally, the Jets, it's known that they need beefing up on the defensive line. There's no secret about that. Jermaine Johnson's coming off that torn Achilles. He should be ready for week one, but still, he's going to come with some rust, obviously, as any guy, especially someone who, remember, when Jermaine Johnson was drafted, you were the one who actually, I learned this from you, but as Robert Saleh said, he's the guy who's going to chase down a quarterback running. And yeah, I still believe he could do that. I'm not like, oh, well, Jermaine Johnson's done for. But like, it's going to take some time to get ramped back up, and it's going to make sense that he's not going to play every rep. Outside of that, Will McDonald, he's a versatile guy as well. So putting Trey Hendrickson in there would just really bolster this entire defensive unit, because you get an elite pass rusher who's just going to put real pressure on quarterbacks. That was a severe issue for the Jets last season. They traded for Hassan Reddick, who didn't play for the first half of the season, scammed some old folks home or something, or some weird thing along those lines. And then on top of that, at the end of the day, he never worked out with the Jets. They desperately need someone to pass rush. After losing Bryce Huff, they never really were able to replace him well enough. I mean, Will McDonald was solid, but they need more. And Trey Hendrickson, he wants a ton of money. He wants over $30 million per year. And that's where things get interesting to me, Matt, because it's like, yeah, he would be a great fit for the team. It's a Jets team that has a new revamped defense. And remember, last year, Aaron Glenn's defense, until the injury, had the defensive player of the year on that team. He was going to lead them in sacks, and Aiden Hutchinson. He was going to lead the NFL in sacks and win defensive player of the year. goes down with the injury. That obviously changes everything. So Aaron Glenn, you know that man will be salivating to try to get one of the best pass rushers in football just to really set up the Jets. And I mean, the rest of the defense, there's obviously those holes as well, but they also do have a very solid defense. I mean, your defensive line gets fixed with the addition of Hendrickson, or not even fixed, but it gets to be really filled out. On top of that, you have good linebacker play. I'm assuming Jamie and Sherwood does re-sign with the Jets. You have Quinnen Williams. You have Jamie and Sherwood. There's stability there. Then Sauce Gardner and Michael Carter II give you stability on top of the cornerback to be named later that the Jets bring in, just, as their other corner, with Michael Carter being the slot guy. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I think this is a good move for the Jets. It's just, would you be willing to pay him $30+ million per year?
I knew you were going to ask me that. This is not the same thing as Hassan Reddick, because Hassan Reddick was asking for the money for what he could potentially do, but Trey Hendrickson is asking for money that he's quite frankly earned. He led the NFL in sacks last year, and he is not asking to be the highest paid guy in the league. So I think $30 million is absolutely market value, absolutely fair for the services of a guy like Trey Hendrickson. I don't know why the Cincinnati Bengals are not just re-signing him, seeing how their defense was ranked 31 in the NFL last year. But it's pretty obvious that they have no clue what's going on. They're why are they paying their offensive weapons? They have Joe Burrow. He's going to be able to win with garbage cans out there. You don't need these guys. But I mean, you know what Joe Burrow doesn't do? He doesn't play defense, and he doesn't block. So those are the guys you got to do. Those are the guys you got to get, and they refuse to get them.
Those
really
are the guys
embarrassing.
You gotta do?
Those are the guys you got to get. Those are the guys you got to pay.
But yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. I think with the Bengals, part of this is just them not being great after making the Super Bowl. Their front office has had some missteps. Obviously, losing T. Higgins is going to hurt. Also, losing Trey Hendrickson is going to hurt. The Bengals, it doesn't feel like they're going to make any forward progress by losing two of your key players, especially in regards to Hendrickson. And there's going to be a bunch of teams with interest. One team that's already been named as a team with interest is the Washington Commanders, which does make sense. They're all in, especially you got, as you say, Jaden Daniels. He's on that rookie scale contract. You build around that while you have that chance. Trey Hendrickson, he would help that team out a lot. I mean, a player who we believed in very strongly could have been the answer there, as you just got significantly brighter. And
yeah, I got a FaceTime call.
And on top of that, I mean, we saw Chase Young didn't really work out with the Commanders, which, I mean, we were believers. We were Chase Young truthers. But
yeah.
Honestly, I didn't intend on going here. But real quick before we end this video, if the Jets don't land Trey Hendrickson, is there any thought to adding Chase Young?
I would say no, because he's a guy that ever since he came into the league here, his production and effort has just gone straight down. So I don't want to sign a declining asset. That's what the old Jets used to do. We are now only signing up-and-coming assets.
That's a fair point. But guys, would you want to go for Trey Hendrickson? Let us know in the comments down below. We're about to go on Nick's Happy Hour, so make sure to tune in there as well. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.